I've talked about graphical equations, and today's question is, what do they mean? How do we read something like this? And the way this works is that on every wire, like here's a wire, there'll be a number. So for example, here's I could call that A, and then sort of A will be here on the wire and B here. And every node, every little gadget and building block here will express some relation between the wires it has. So the sort of basic one here is this one. So if I have A, B, C, this is the relation A plus B equals C. This is addition. You can sort of imagine that A and B flow into C. Well, I'm erasing everything. They flow into C and add together in the white node. And the black node is copying or equality. This is the most basic of all, and this says simply A equals B equals C. And so how do we read this? Well, it will be the end result of what this means will be a relation between the open wires, right? So here A, B, C, and D are the open wires, the ones that output to the outside. And the diagram denotes a relation between them. It will say certain A, B, C, and D's are allowed and others are not. So in this example here, if this is my equation, for example, I can have 2, 3, and 5. That's a valid instance. But this is not, right? Because we said they must add, the left things must add to the right thing. So this will constrain, this will tell us what kind of A, B, C's, and D's fit together. And the way we get to see which ones is straightforward. There's two steps. One is we give names to everything. To every wire has a name, will be a variable. And two is basic block equations, right? So every building block here, so I have 4, I have 2 black nodes and 2 white nodes. Each of them will give me an equation, as I said on the right. So if I list them all, I've got, sorry, I forgot. There's more wires, E, F, G, H. Here we go. So the equation will be A plus G equals E. I've got, wow, I'm misreading my own thing. A equals G equals E, that's the first black node. E equals C equals H, that's the second black node. And G plus F is B, that's the first white node. And F plus H is D. So that's the 4 equations that correspond to the diagram. But I said I would get a relation between the open wires, right? Between A, B, C, and D. And this has more things going on. And the reason is that what this actually says is not constraining the F's. It's saying, well, A, B, C, and D are related when there exists some choice of F, G, E, F, G, H that make this valid. So if I pick a simpler example, for example, this is a simpler example. Here I have A, B, C, and D. If I follow the rules above, this corresponds to X's, C, and D such that A is C plus D and C plus D is B, right? And B is also C plus D. What kind of relation is that between A and B? Well, if this is true, then surely A equals B. So this implies A equals B. But it also turns out that if A equals B, then I can always pick a C and a D. For example, I could pick C equals A and D equals 0, and then that would make it true. So this existence thing, it works that way, right? If I can pick A, C, and D that validate all the equations, then A and B are related. Otherwise, they're not. And this is how we understand graphical equations. We don't always need to be that detailed, and I guess I'll make another video about how we can think about this a bit less comprehensively and more quickly.